Good morning, Resilience Talk Network. Welcome to your morning Kickstart. I'm Jay Walther.
And I'm Brad.
And I've got an old habit that I want to break. I'm Jay.
Yeah, we might have to talk about habits too this week.
Right.
Who knows?
So let's get right into it. Let's start
Yes.
with a positive quote for today. It's from Leah LaBelle. She says, work hard for what you want because it won't come to you without a fight. You have to be strong and courageous and know that you can do anything you put your mind to. If somebody puts you down or criticizes you, just keep on believing in yourself and turn it into something positive. I think that's good advice.
It is.
There's a lot of detractors. When you have a dream, oh, you can't do that. Well, turn that into they said I can't do it, I'll show them,
Right.
Change that roadblock into an obstacle that you can overcome.
Right. We'll have to have a show on that, on showing people how to do that, huh, Jay?
Yes, I think so.
Holy cow. Man, the more we put out there, the more that just keeps coming in, things we need to talk about. Holy cow. We thought we had it all down. We were just going to stop at 45 episodes and be, hey, everything you need to know is here.
That's right.
But that didn't work out that way, did it?
You need to learn in 45 episodes.
Well, for your resilience tip today, as I promised yesterday, we're going to talk about lottery winners and why they lose everything. 93% of them lose everything in the after about 2 or 3 years. It doesn't matter how much they make. If you have an attitude of spending everything you make, all that changes is instead of you using it to buy frivolous stuff that you might want to do on the weekend and again have fun, and you're spending all your money on those type of things, what's going to happen is the price of your toys just get more expensive. Okay. You're just going to go, oh, well, now I can buy that Ferrari that I've always wanted. And again, I should preface this up front. There's nothing wrong with having things. I don't believe that at all. I've had that argument with so many people. Why should we allow people to build yachts? Well, guess what? The people who buy yachts just employed 70 people who made a lot of money in their job to build that yacht. So I have a hard time feeling like, that was a bad thing for that person to buy it. If they can afford it, go for it. You're providing work for others by spending your money. And so, but what happens is people get this lottery and they're used to working a job such as $12 or $15 an hour job or a steady hourly paid job. And again, if that's what your mindset is, then all of a sudden you have millions of dollars dropped into your lap. Well, now you've got a whole nother challenge ahead of you, because there's certain things you need to learn in order to create that kind of a wealth. And then there's a whole nother level of understanding that you need in order to preserve that kind of wealth. But see, what most people do is get it. They're giddy. They feel powerful. They feel like, oh my gosh, all my things are taken care of. I don't have problems anymore because I got this money. And they think $3 to $5 million is a lot of money. And it is. But guess what? I have counseled with people who have won these lotteries and all that, and they are dead broke within 17 to 24 months. And no matter what I say, no matter what advice I give them, they just basically give me the finger and say, well, Brad, I like all the things you said to me, but on this one, I think I know it all. I've got this guy who's going to invest this money for me, and he's going to make me 3 times what I got here. And that's when I usually just shake my head and go, okay. Well, first of all, you got to check this person out who's given you this information or this promise and see if they've actually done it with other people. Or if it's just an idea and they're saying, in my gut, that tells me if I take your money and do this, I can pay you back 3 times what you gave me. If they haven't done it and they're not doing it consistently, you're just another experiment. Because see, people get caught up in those fancy words, and they say, oh, 3% versus I could triple my money. Well, I'm going to go try that. Well, again, if the person doesn't know how to do what they're telling you and they just read it in a book, guess what? You're going to lose.
Yeah.
And I ask people afterwards, what are you going to do now? Well, I'm going to sue them. Well, people, if they don't have money,
they just spend all your money.
They just spend all your money. You can't get blood from a turnip, as they say. Yeah. And then the other thing too that people run into a lot is now all of a sudden all of their friends start putting demands on them, even family members. Well, you want all this money, you're a lucky one. Well, why can't you share? It's not fair that you get money and didn't have to work for it. All of a sudden people start to collapse under that pressure. It's called the fear of success. Sometimes, I mean, we've talked about that in past shows too. And so what they end up doing is they're thinking they're buying people's friendship. Well, I'll buy you a new car, but that's all I can do. Well, I'll buy you this. Well, guess what? The more you give out, the more they want. And then all of a sudden you're not their friend anymore if you don't, give your money out. Then next thing you know, you've got strained relationships. Nobody likes you. And you're sitting there with a small pot of money, just totally unhappy because you didn't know how to spend it to begin with. But again, I teach a whole class on that, by the way, how to preserve it. But the first thing to do is, if you want to ever hear that, you can always get a hold of me and I'll be glad to put you through that class. It's a lot of fun and it'll be very eye-opening. However, if you win the lottery between now and then, haven't got a hold of me yet or anything, the best thing you can do is to sit on it and breathe. Put it in a bank that's either a money market account at one of your, and I'm not a financial advisor by any means, but I'm just telling you the best thing you can do is park it and breathe. And just wait for a minute and until you go out and research everything that you need to and put your goals together to where you want to end up and things like that. And you'll do a lot better if you take the time to do that. So that's my tip for the day. And, I don't know how many people out there are going to win the lotteries, but we do. I mean, insurance settlements come in. We get our parents pass away and they'll pass down their inheritance there and you'll get some inheritance there. But again, same thing. If you're not used to creating and producing that wealth and also maintaining it, you're going to lose it. Yeah. So.
Well, and you just need to think, all the places you go buy a car or you go to refinance your house, they have this 3-day waiting period that they give you did you really want to do this? Mm-hmm. And so, give yourself a 60 days or 90 days to really go out and research good financial institutions and people that really know what they're doing. And yeah. With anything big like that, I think that's good advice.
Absolutely. Thank you. All right.
Okay. So when you win your lottery, today is a good day to celebrate by going out to your favorite steakhouse and get a slab of ribeye.
Yeehaw!
Today is National Prime Rib Day.
Oh, nice.
Yes. One of my favorite cuts of meat.
Yep.
So it's also known as standing rib roast. Prime rib is a tender, flavorful cut of roast from the rib section of the steer. Just one of the 8 prime cuts of beef. While it can be traditionally paired with potatoes, stuffing, and vegetables to make a Sunday roast, there are many unique flavors and recipes to cook up prime rib with. It's a juicy celebration and the one we're all for. I love me some prime rib. So a standing rib roast is one of my favorite things to cook. So go out and get yourself a ribeye steak or some prime rib today. There's some great restaurants around that you can celebrate prime rib today.
Mm-hmm. All right. And I like the horseradish and the au jus. You got to have that.
Absolutely. So anyway, that's our kickstart for this morning. I hope we didn't make your mouth water too much, but yeah, just take what we offer. If you have comments or questions, make sure you give us a shout and we'd love to answer them for you. So until tomorrow, that's it for this morning's Kickstart.
All righty.